Good day and welcome. The Trinidad and Tobago, beautiful place to be. The Queen's Marks of Honor for USA South versus Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Kelson Figaro alongside Maria Thomas. Maria, much exciting matches so far. Batch 1 TNT winning 17 points to 15 and all to play for in the second one.
It was definitely a close match on Friday when these teams faced off. They are consistent rivals. It's always good competition between USA South and Trinidad and Tobago.
TNT in the black shorts and the red and white shirts. USA South, the white pants and the multicolored. We're going to see lots of rugby action here, lots of running action from TNT. They seem to have it all in the first game for the first 20 minutes or so, Maria, but then lost steam coming down the end. And can they have the gas this time to close it earlier in this one?
Yes, Kelson, Trinidad and Tobago definitely came out with all engines firing. It was such a quick-paced game with quick tries right at the opening of the match. Impressive was how they did keep it together, and their defense absolutely has improved, and they held that through the full 80 minutes of the match.
USA South to kick off to the screen, left of your screen, kicking to right. TNT on the right-hand side receiving. It's T. Fletcher to get us back off the number 6, and she's been a stalwart of this USA South team for a very long time now.
T. Fletcher is absolutely a legend. I remember playing against her. I'm not sure I was as memorable to her, but it's awesome to see her still out here on the pitch.
Referee Caleb Hector gets us underway. Deep high kick over Kyla Simons into have the try scorer. Speed merchant Qatar Monroe. Run is obstructed. USA South gather quickly and shoots it out wide. On the attack, first is USA South into TNT's half. Quick rock. USA South looking for the phases. Dummy run, T. Fletcher. You'll hear that name all day this afternoon. She crashes, doing all the dirty work for USA South. And they're trying to get the ball out wide into the hands of Rubel. Rubel is trying to get it to the winger. Step in, step out, and they're trying to get themselves deep into TNT's half. Great defense, TNT so far.
USA South definitely putting the pressure on early. Oh, a little fumble of the ball there. We'll see if Trinidad and Tobago can turn it into anything. It's called back by the referee.
Look out for the number 10 for USA. Been very instrumental in their team so far. That's Coulson, KC for short. And she's really managing her team out here today. TNT is going to do loads of tackling as they seem to be well drilled, the well-oiled machine of USA South.
We see a big scrum pushing off here. Great drive from Trinidad and Tobago. The ball still isn't out. Oh, there it is. USA South.
TNT stripped Alex Lewis into the hands of Zuri, and she's going to try to get her way off. She uses her strength well, but eventually muscle into touch. And that's very, very good defensive work by Stacia Thompson. She just bundled the player into touch. TNT stealing the ball, but unable to make the yards.
Again, great to see more of this excellent defensive work from Trinidad and Tobago, especially in response to the pressure that USA South has opened this game with.
And Jupiter with the throw. The referee's not happy. She's going to have to pause before she gets back in. And a clear indication of all modern day athletes very much tattooed down, and Jupiter is a prime example. Lots of ink. Lineup comes in, spoiled by Onella George, taken hands by Special Ryan. She is bundled down eventually. TNT turned the ball over in the lineout and into the captain hands, Leah Kentiba. She distributes to Cleon Nutt, and Cleon takes a couple before he gets down. Shoshana Mason at scrum half shoots it out, trying to get it into the wide channels of TNT. Resolute defense by USA South, slowing the play down. TNT trying to play as quickly as they can. And the ball dinks deep into the... And it's Qatar Monroe chasing hard. Can't you make the contact? Excellent pass off. Desperation kick by USA South, but loads of space behind. It looked like an error, but it worked in her favor. TNT trying to get themselves back on. A big don't argue. TNT eventually taken down on the 22-meter line. Special run again. Runs into contact, and it's a chiropractor from the USA South. Tiara getting her way in, and big hit by her. Leah Kentiba goes, tries to bunt one off. It takes 3 to get her down. TNT trying to get out their 22 area, but referee Caleb Hector, tackler not releasing. TNT tried to take it quickly, but just in front of the mark.
We see Trinidad and Tobago really continuing in this groove. They are still in their half, using the kicks to try and make the ball do the work.
Electra Dennis trying for some electrifying some stuff from her today in the traditional scrum cap. She's going to try to add that impetus to the team. Kentiba shifts it right to Angel. She just bundles it in the catch. No advantage gain, says the referee Caleb Hector. They need to be behind the last foot to stay onside.
USA South keeping the pressure on.
Trinidad and Tobago really parked in their half of the pitch, unable to come out. Scrum after Shauna Mason taps and goes. It's Kenisha Vincent trying to step her way through. Jupiter holding by the ankles, eventually taking her down. TNT looking for the distribution, looking for Kentiba. She spinning out wide to O'Brien. She's looking for space. USA South line press is excellent, and they're shutting down TNT from getting to the speedsters out wide. An impressive distribution by TNT on the boot of Steve Fletcher. And USA are putting TNT under all sorts of misery.
That loose ball is always dangerous when you've got the ball bubbling like that, but Trinidad and Tobago still has possession.
Trinidad and Tobago flew to a danger so close to their try line. TNT trying to get themselves out of dangerous territory. A pressure relieving kick is probably what's needed. Into Angel. Angel Johnson tried to clear her lines, seeing to be bumped off by a player in the kick. Doesn't seem to have gone, can't see what the call was, but it looks like from the signal it'll be USA ball just outside TNT's try area. TNT, they look out for the number 12. She was player of the game last game on Friday, Gabriela Colosado, and she's dangerous at the number 12 shirt. She's going to be looking for that strong run as we see USA South team packed tightly. No sort of width on the attack. Referee Caleb Hector just slows it down and just resets the scrum. And Maria, how difficult is it to keep packing yourself into that scrum for 80 minutes?
Absolutely. It takes so much work. Both of these teams were a part of the Rugby Americas North 15s tournament, where we returned to the 15s format for women in July of last year. And here we see them now playing the full 80-minute match.
Big run and looking for the dummy runs. USA South has the room out wide if they can one-on-one. Trying to take Katara Monroe. She pops it in the contact. It's bubbled in the contact. The referee and TNT can breathe a sigh of relief as Cassidy Ring just bubbled the catch. TNT can sit back and try to clear their lines.
So here we see exactly what you just mentioned, Kelson, setting up for another scrum.
Whereas we look at the crowd, there are loads of cars. We swear there's a fete happening here in Savannah, but just trying to be good rugby. Everyone here to see as much as they can. Loads of spectators, so we can still bring some excitement to the Savannah after Carnival.
Absolutely, and for those watching who don't know, the Queen's Park Savannah is no stranger to fetes. We've just hosted Carnival here, and that is one of the major parties. I'm sure everyone has heard about Trinidad and Tobago Carnival, so it is a pretty historic location to be playing this rugby, and it's great to see it filled with sports rugby fans.
Strong scrum by TNT trying to get the ball out to Shauna Mesa under loads of pressure by opposite scrum half. O'Brien kicks the ball, but straight in down the middle. USA South take it cleanly by number 15. And as KC is trying to shift it out wide, just too far in front of Cassidy Ring's arms, the referee says forward pass signal, and Cassidy Ring, she's trying to get herself in this one, just too far in front of her.
seeing Trinidad and Tobago just working on their defensive line. I saw in the warm-up where they were doing that communication, making sure they can spread out quickly enough, and they're doing a great job of both covering the full width of the pitch and, you know, maintaining that level of energy that they need to be in this defensive position.
TNT, another scrum in their half of the pitch. Probably through the fourth scrum already so far, so we can look to see more of this in the 80 minutes that we're going to have. USA South seem to have turned it over in the scrum into the hands of Colosado, and she's trying to find the winger out wide. Bundled to the floor. Big tackle by the graduate from the CYG, and TNT stolen again by Alex Lewis. Alex seemed to be great at turning the ball over in the contact. Colosado a little too excited, refused to release the player on the floor. Aquila O'Brien just kicks for touch.
That ball's come right over to us.
Still getting hit from these rugby balls, even in the commentary booth. Danger, danger, danger. But TNT's short gain on the kick. Not much purchase on it. TNT has the line out.
Good choice there. Trinidad and Tobago has been doing good work in the lineouts.
Marika Mendes from the Rollins RSC Club to throw this one in. Short three-person lineout. They're going to try to have to beat T. Fletcher on the jump. Off the top, TNT get it into the hands of Kentiba. Kentiba looking into the hands. Fumble on the floor by Special Ryan. The referee's putting advantage to USA South. They get the turnover into the hands of Tiara Sherrill, and she's going to have them seeing the doctor a little too often today. The chiropractor, all the way from Dallas Harlequins, is showing her merit when she ran out on the pitch. Guy Durkin loses the ball to Casey. Casey looking for the room. USA trying to hammer home something early. Guy Durkin switches the play, trying to get to the wing on the short side. T. Fletcher gets it to Robel. Robel is pushing her way forward. Inches on the yards. That's what the game of 15 says. And USA are playing all of it right now. Looking for Casey. Casey shushes out wide. More dummy running. Forward pass into the hands of Sonic. Signaled by the referee. Mackenzie Koval just taking the ball on just in front. Not what the referee like, and Caleb Hector is really on this one.
So here we have another scrum. They've got a little bit more space out from that end zone for Trinidad and Tobago, but it's right in front of the sticks. USA South will be looking to turn over the ball, but Trinidad's pack is very strong. Here we see them. USA South successful.
It's Guy Durkin on the pick of the show and go. Gets to the KC. She have numbers out wide if you can use it. And USA South goes into the corner into the hand of Stacia Thompson. And Stacia Thompson bundles over for the first try for USA South. Stacia Thompson from the Charlotte Rugby Club gets USA South on the board first off.
That will definitely be checking a box. I am sure that one of their goals for today would be to have the opening try of this match. Trinidad and Tobago, of course, we remember, had the opening try on Friday.
Thompson looked dangerous all day, always was in room every time it was needed, and this time she got herself on the scorecard. 5 points to 0 in favor of USA South over TNT.
Conversion kick. Darcy Ayers, number 13, taking the kick quite wide out on the pitch. Not an easy kick to make.
The kick goes wide. The score remains 5 points to 0 in favor of USA South over TNT. Play again, some attention on the floor. Rugby, a very unforgiving sport sometimes when it comes to injuries.
So we have the opening score, 5-0 in favor of USA South. While they can, as Trinidad and Tobago gets into position.
Trinidad and Tobago back up, waiting for the kickoff as the TNT really need to get themselves, shake off the bugs from the day rest to get themselves back in this one. TNT scored the first try in the game on Friday, and they had the ascendancy, and now USA take charge on the second match here at the Queen's Park Savannah. Trinidad and Tobago trying to get that fluent running game going, Maria, and trying to get all the balls out wide, but USA has come great. This one, great line speed, and they're really plugging those holes and stopping the TNT ball from getting out to the wings.
It's definitely been a lot of contact in this game so far, Kelson. Trinidad and Tobago will be definitely looking for those spaces so they can use that speed that they're so well known for.
Just want to make special mention to USA South, Chris Martin and the entire team for making their way here to Trinidad and Tobago for this two-match series. Very exciting to have USA South on TNT soil, and also we get a great opportunity to play against one of the stronger teams in our region. So we can have great prep work coming in later on in July when we go to the RAN tournament.
Absolutely, and our fans will remember that USA South was also here last year playing the senior men's 15s and an under 23 15s. So it is apt and fitting that we are hosting the USA South women here this weekend.
Aquila O'Brien to get us back underway here. TNT on the right hand side, the screen kicking to the left. O'Brien gets a deep kick into the hands of Tiara, and Tiara trying to get herself going. USA South really running hard, nice hard angles. Durkin whips it out, trying to find Fletcher. Eventually one bounce into her hands, but she's bundled down by Kenisha Vincent. Durkin looking for the second phase, trying to get Robel. Dummy run, and USA are trying to get themselves in loads of room to run, and USA South are in the wide channel trying to get them way back in the TNT half of the pitch, eventually taken down. Exciting stuff here by USA South. Durkin gets us back, trying to get the ball out to the speedsters. USA South doing very well to recycle. Smashes into against Ayers this time. USA trying to move it out wide. TNT. Great pickup, great angle by the number 4. That's April Leanne Williams. And April did great to pick up the bouncing ball. USA South really pushing themselves down. Referee Caleb Hector just says not releasing the tackler as Kintiba knee was on the floor. The referee shouting to release. Penalty to TNT. Aquila O'Brien tries to find touch. Better kick than before. TNT get 10 meters up the yard, Maria, and finally into USA South's territory.
Definitely looking for Trinidad and Tobago to run some of their plays and even up this opening score of 5 points to USA South, and so far 0 to Trinidad and Tobago.
Line out time for TNT. Strange 3-person line out. Didn't seem straight, and the referee agrees with me as well. Not straight in the line out. We'll see if USA South opts for the scrum. They usually would, but they seem to be going back to throw it in to gamble the possession.
They've called for the line out, but that might be a reflection of how many scrums have already been set in this match thus far. Four in the line. This time TNT need to get themselves sorted. The referee getting the numbers sorted. And Jupiter to get us with the throw. Excellent take by Fletcher. Durkin shoots it out wide. Casey trying to get the runner going. And it seems Durkin again. Big strong run by number 13. And she's really been a handful today. TNT trying to stop the defense. Jupiter, great loop around. She just threw the ball in and it's on the other side of the pitch.
And Stacia again, the try scorer, trying to get herself back on the scorecard. TNT defending desperately. Durkin gets the ball back underway. Nice dummy running. TNT up for the deception.
Definitely seeing good pressure from TNT. They're not giving any space for USA South to make the yards they're looking for.
Slight high on the seatbelt tackle is Onella George. The referee has his hand up for the advantage. USA South trying to get the ball out wide to the speedster Cassidy Ring. TNT bundled them into touch, but the referee's playing advantage for the seatbelt tackle earlier. He brings it back to the middle of the pitch. TNT is going to have to retreat 10, and TNT really need to get themselves some more possession and more territory on the other half of the pitch.
As they bring the ball back for the kick, you can see the spectators there, and in the background, Napa, one of the architectural wonders of Port of Spain.
And Durkin gets it to Rubel. Rubel is going to bump into the tackle. Takes 2 to get her down. USA ready for the quick ball if they can. Casey's looking for the space out wide. It's Durkin looking for Sonic. And then Sonic pops the ball back into Stacia. And great support by USA South. Really supporting strongly. Durkin looking to get the ball out if she can. Loops the ball over to Colosado. And she loops it right to Jupiter. She bundles it before giving it to Tiara Sherelle. And Sherelle is dragged by the bootlaces before going down. Durkin is everywhere. The live wire scrum off for USA South. Looking for more room out wide if they can. USA South making loads of yards out there. TNT struggling to stop the big runs from USA South team. Big loop now to April Lee Williams. She's bundled. TNT trying to pinch this one, trying to slow down the speedy attack of the USA South. And they eventually get the turnover. USA South just running out of support.
Excellent work by TNT. You could see them defending number for number there in the scrum, and yet they still maintain the line out wide. Excellent defensive work. Using the ball there to get some extra yards. Gives both teams a chance to catch their breath as they get back into position for a line out.
Aquila O'Brien clears her lines into touch, gives TNT the well-needed break. USA South really had some great runs by April Lee Williams, as well as number 8 Tiara Sherelle and Christine Sargent. They've really been making the strong, busty runs, taking a lot of numbers from TNT. TNT unable to get this line out done quickly, turn the ball over. USA South regain possession just off the 10-meter line in TNT's half, and they're really struggling in this one, Maria.
It's a great mix of seasoned veteran players and new players on the pitch today. A number of the under-18 players who would have debuted in the Commonwealth Youth Games last year are making the transition and trying out their talents at the 15s format of the game.
This is a great stepping stone for an excellent for women's rugby. As you see, excellent lineup by USA South. T. Fletcher higher than gas prices right now. As you see, the runner comes in, big run, looking for the space out wide. Back to the try scorer, Stacia Thompson, and she tries to get past, but the Sergeant on the wraparound, trying to get the ball back in. It seems to be fumbled as Casey tried to catch it on the go, and great flowing rugby from USA South.
Absolutely. A big shout out to our referees right now. Caleb Hector in the center. We've been seeing lots of great development with our referees.
And we're in for that 20-minute water break, just mandatory for safeguarding of all athletes, making sure we're just going to make sure that the athletes don't be dehydrated right out in the sweltering heat of TNT. We're actually in the height of the dry season if you look at the color of the grass mirror. So it'd be great to make sure that the players are hydrated and are safe to continue playing.
Absolutely. We are fortunate to have some cloud cover out here today. It's not quite as sweltering as it was on Friday, but nonetheless, The temperature is high, and we are looking out for the well-being of the athletes.
This short break gives us opportunity to mention the referees, because without them, this sport won't be happening. We have anything out today in the middle. Caleb Hector, assisted by AR's Avian Calendar and Keyshawn Mendez, and they do an excellent job out there keeping the athletes safe and keeping everyone entertained.
It's always interesting to see the same teams come head-to-head in a short period of time. Both teams spent the day at Maracas Bay yesterday getting some salt sea therapy, but also a wonderful chance for the athletes to bond and get to know each other a little bit better.
Maria, it's going to be very tough to play 2 games in such a short distance, and the sea bath will be exactly what the doctor would have ordered for all those aches and pains as well as bruises. So athletes are refreshed, got a great night rest, and come back out there to perform yet again for the excellent crowd that TNT has brought out today. Excellent pitch service by Royals RFC. So you're going to expect lots more excellent rugby in the future right on this exact same grounds. So stay tuned and look forward for more. And we're back after that much needed water break. USA South leading after 20 minutes, 5 points to nil over TNT. Exciting run action so far from USA South. TNT unable to get on the scoreboard as yet. Exciting stuff here, Maria.
Friday's game was lots of tries scored in the first, 20 minutes before the water break of the game. Then things sort of started to pan out. This game, of course, only 1 try so far for USA South. It seems like the athletes are biding their time and trying to ration out their energy for the full 80 minutes of this match.
TNT gets us back on the way to scrum. Aaliyah Davis to put the ball in for TNT. But USA seem to be busy on the scrums. TNT trying to pick and go, but they're up for the task. USA South. TNT scrum isn't looking as crisp as it was on Friday. TNT trying to take it up forward. Bundled down by Tiara. And she's looking for clients at chiropractic. She's doing her way with those people. As you see, Kenesha Vincent try to get the ball in, hands in the ruck. As the referee sees the player pulling from the side, TNT get the penalty. And they're going to try to tap and go quickly. Well, just tap and go, maybe not quickly. Into the hands of Special Ryan. She has acres of space. Steps and goes wide. Taken down by Sherelle.
See, nice work running in their pods there, Trinidad and Tobago. Here we have Electra Dennis. Ooh, and she's just stepped over to break that tackle. Great work. Her support is there in the ruck immediately.
Aaliyah Davis digging deep to get the ball. Gets it out wide to Vincent. Vincent in space if she can. Shoots the ball right to Kintiba. As the captain leading from the front. Bumps off one. Can she go all the way? She's taking it to the fullback. Pushes off. Thompson slows down the momentum of Kintiba. TNT slowing the ball down. Davis looking for support into hands of Marika Mendez. She just steps one. Casey trying to pull her down, and it's Durkin. The ball is shooting out. TNT scampering. Kalina Phillip looks up, sees only one way to go. She's met by two USA South players. Duncan slips out to one. Duncan powering the tall leg to Neil Duncan from the Harvard club. TNT slow to get to support this ruck. Counter ruck is unsuccessful. Special Ryan gets it to Dennis. Dennis with the scrum cap tries to fend off one. Brushes off one USA player. April Lee Davis eventually gets her to the floor. Slow ball coming out of the ruck for TNT. Looking for the wingers if they can. Trinidad and Tobago positive running led by the captain Kintiba with a large charge and run earlier in this one. TNT looking for space. Pushing forward. TNT trying to get themselves on the scorecard. The ball is being slowed down by USA excellently. Looking for the runners. It's Dennis yet again trying to get themselves in, but she's met by the strong defense of USA South. And we see illegally legs being picked up in the contact. Referee has his advantage up. TNT are really getting themselves going. The ball wayward on the floor. No advantage gain. You can't pick the player up off the floor. Dangerous play. TNT trying to get themselves going. Davis whips it back out to Vincent. Vincent looking for room as the captain, Kintiba. She brushes off multiple defenders. Two to take her down. TNT finally just outside the 22. First time in this territory. USA South illegally coming from the wrong side. TNT's coach is urging them to take it quickly. TNT a bit lethargic on this one.
USA South trying hard to turn over the ball, but the support from Trinidad and Tobago is absolutely great, and they're securing the rucks.
It's Electra Dennis sparking the charge. It's Electra Dennis. She's pushing her way closer to the TNT line. TNT looking for the support. The extra runner into the hands of Keisha Vincent. She scored a try in the first game, and she's brushing off defenders like they're mosquitoes. It's Special Ryan on the charge. Is she over? The referee's looking just short, says the referee. The referee has a penalty advantage. Hector looking to see what's going on. It's the captain Kintiba pushing for the line, reaching. Can she make it? Just short. Excellent defense, and it's try signaled by the referee Caleb Hector, and it's a captain Leah Kintiba, number 12 for TNT from Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, gets her on the board.
And there we see it. Trinidad and Tobago, 5 points on the board, bringing this game to a 5-all draw. Excellent teamwork from Trinidad and Tobago. That was absolutely a team effort as they pushed their way up the pitch.
And that attack started by the captain Kintiba at the start. 40-yard break, and then she finished it off herself, polishing up the try, getting her team back in this one.
That was the surge of energy that the team needed. Aquila O'Brien with the kick. And the kick is good. The conversion adds 2 points. Trinidad and Tobago now leading this match 7 points to 5 over USA South.
Trinidad and Tobago get themselves, and the water break was exactly what they needed. Revitalized and refreshed from water from the local water company.
You can see the referee checking his watch. He was likely asked for a time check. In the past, the 40-minute halves were played all in one. So, of course, having that water break is great for player welfare, but sometimes is a bit difficult for you to gauge the time as a player on the pitch.
TNT get this on the scorecard. You see the kickoff from the left-hand side of the screen to the right. The score is 7 points to 5, and this one could be a close encounter, just like the first one. Fletcher gets us back onto it, into acres of space. No one from TNT wants it. Eventually snatched up by O'Brien, and she's going to take the direct route, brushing off one, but eventually meeting Sherelle with the big contact. TNT pushing into the contact there, no support. USA South take it, and it's Guy Durkin shooting the ball out wide. It's Casey trying to get the ball out wide. Fumbled by USA South, eventually taken into the ruck. Durkin trying to go out wide, and box kick over the back. TNT has speed in the back if she can get it. Knocked on signal by the referee, and Afia Glasgow just can snatch up that one. And a wayward kick made excellent by the TNT defense.
So here we see the teams getting prepared for a scrum. USA South can smell the try line. Trinidad and Tobago will be looking to maintain the defense that they have shown us they are so good at to prevent USA South from scoring another try. Of course, USA South definitely wants to get back ahead in this game as quickly as they can.
Colosado on the run. She takes it on the go, looking for Darcy Ayers. Big run by number 13. She's been doing wonders today in terms of take her ball in the hands of Casey. She's trying to go herself. She's driving her legs, pushing short. The try scores out wide. Does they need her? No, they don't. Cassidy Ring gets on the scorecard, and USA are back in front.
Try for try rugby we're seeing here in this 15s women's rugby match. USA South bringing their score to 10 points over 7 for Trinidad and Tobago.
It's always the most susceptible time to be scored on when you scored first, and TNT just caught napping. USA more aggressive off the kickoff, and they get themselves right back in and answer immediately after to push the score 10 points to 7 with the kick to come.
They're in a better position for the kick this time. They'll definitely want those extra 2 points. When it comes down to it, every point matters.
USA South kick attempt is coming from Darcy Ayers, and she's from the Knoxville Minx Club in Tennessee. She's going to try to get themselves extra 2 points.
And the kick is just wide. So the score remains 10 points to USA South, 7 points to Trinidad and Tobago.
TNT kick off back to USA South. Can they do the same thing and answer immediately back as well? Much anticipated, much needed international friendly for women's rugby and for this young growing team. We have lots of youths coming up from this Commonwealth Youth Games team, coming in from the Schools Girls League, all these younger leagues, and really feeding in to a very prominent future national senior women's team.
Absolutely, Kelson, and we're seeing how much the camaraderie has been growing as the ball is kicked off into the hands of USA South.
Great pass off. Jade Ramjak over the ball for TNT, and excellently well to pinch it. And the try score for USA South, Stasia Thompson just penalized for the high hold around the neck. Jade Ramjak coming in from the Harvard Rugby Club as special. Ryan gets herself back in this. Marika Mendes trying to fend off Robert. The referee hand is up for penalty advantage. Most likely it'll be offside. Davis trying to get Kyla Simons. Kyla checks and goes herself. Eventually snatched in the tackle USA South take her down. TNT looking for the space out wide. If they can use it, it's Kenisha Vincent running into a USA South wall. Pull down smartly, and TNT quick pass back out to the wing into the hands of Chazelle Fleming. Chazelle trying to get away on the outside, but she's wrapped up. TNT still in possession of the ball. Slow contact as Kentiba gets it out to the running forwards. USA South defending excellently. Tackler slowing down the ball as Simon gets it into Dennis. Dennis shoots a long pass out to Ramjag into the hands of Zoe, and can she get all the way? Great tackle by Thompson, snatched it excellently. Great counter rock by USA South. And Aliyah Davis sees a gap, tries to go on her own, looking for support. There's no one there. Ramjag timely come, a big hit by T. Fletcher. Bundled into touch, and great counter work by the veteran Fletcher, pushing her out into touch. T. Fletcher really been a handful, and she's been a handful over the years.
As you mentioned, the up-and-coming players from the Commonwealth Youth Games and that team, we saw excellent work from those new players in the 15s mode, and of course, they had full support from TNT veteran Jade Ramjag, who is also a youth development officer for Trinidad and Tobago.
TNT not putting a hooker in the channel. The referee gives her a free kick. There must be a hooker in that 5-meter channel, and nothing for Jupiter to do off the line out as Casey's chosen goes into the hands of Colsado. She's taken down, a great run by the pair of Colsado and Ayers as now Robel gets the ball and she charges her way forward into the hands of Jupiter. It's Durkin trying to get the ball out. Great dummy run looking for the space. TNT are making big hits. And USA they're absorbing the pressure. TNT trying for the counter up. The play slow down into hands of Williams. Williams takes it in. April pushes away forward. Great rock by Sherelle. And USA trying to get the ball out wide as Sherelle Thompson pops the inside ball to KC. KC is tackled and doesn't release. The ball is tapped quick by Keisha Vincent. And Keisha Vincent is on the road. Does she have enough legs to get it all the way? Tackled excellently by Colsado. TNT on the counter if they can. The ball seems to be turned over in the contact. USA South set for the kick. Stacia Thompson shoots the ball out wide. They kick the ball into space. TNT, there's no one home. Eventually, snatched up by the kicker. TNT's too slow to react. And USA South are there quicker. USA looking for the ball into the Colsado. Colsado trying to use a dummy run, but the ball goes to no one. Kyla Simon, big hit in the contact. TNT are doing excellently in the tackle. USA just short of numbers, and TNT can turn the ball over if they are played smartly, but USA South gets it going again. As Casey looking for the space, they see the weakness in the TNT defense. T. Fletcher is barking for the ball into the hands of Afia Glasgow. She shows, she goes, seems a bit, and Afia Glasgow checks in the contact and gets bundled into touch. TNT player just doesn't seem to back herself and back her speed, and USA defense comes up trumps.
Afia Glasgow, definitely a player who, once she opens out, is almost impossible to catch.
TNT not doing well with the kick over the tops. So to react, and USA are realizing that now, and they're going to try to lose more pressure on TNT. Excellent throw by get the ball in the hand, but the referee doesn't seem to agree with me. And he calls not straight in. TNT going to have the option of their own throw or back into the scrum.
TNT calling for a line out here.
As you mentioned earlier, Maria, bit tired with the scrums. It takes a toll on the body, so that the teams are more opting for the less physically impacting situation, which is a line out.
That is a wise choice. We are still in the first half of this game.
Ball goes over the top. Durkin gets there first. Big hit by TNT. And it's Kentiba trying to pick the ball over, but great rock by the combination of Rubble and Williams. And USA South Indiana Calzado, and Calzado is smashed in the contact. TNT pull him to the floor, and big hit by TNT, and the big hit results in turnover for the girls in the red, white, and black.
Definitely seeing so much pressure from both of these teams out here on this beautiful Sunday in the Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago have the possession, but not the lead. TNT trail by 3 points. Just coming up to halftime, and TNT going to try to have the last score before they go into the break, if they can, to get the momentum for the second half of action. Just better stable scrum by TNT. Great work by the scrum half to bundle the number 8. TNT are just a bit slow on the breakdown. Eventually, in the hands of Tennille Duncan from the Harvard Club. She's a handful to take down. Eventually goes to floor.
Definitely a powerful player, powerful runner. She is also from our sister isle, Tobago.
Aquila Brand making the inches and yards for TNT. Looking for the room into hands of the standing Duncan. She is bumped to the floor. Eventually, TNT with the possession. The ball turned over. It's Casey trying to get a kick going. Charged down by TNT. Is gathered by T. Fletcher. And the referee caused knock-on in the contact. Bitter confusion with that. But he slows the play down as you see the players looking a bit confused. But the referee has the final say. Who has the whistle has the power.
I don't envy the referees at all. They have to be on their game right through. I think it is definitely one of the most difficult positions on the field.
USA scrum, Guy Durkin to get us back in. From Elizabethtown, Kentucky, gets us back underway. Casey throws a dummy, gets it into hands of Darcy.
We are seeing nice passes from USA South. They're really making use of the width of the pitch.
And it's Cassidy Ring, pops it up for Thompson, the try score. The ball goes forward in the contact. TNT knock it on, still the same from us here. Intercept is almost gotten by KC. But TNT has the advantage, and they'll have to put into the scrum. Excellent pressure by TNT. Big hits happening from both these female teams.
Great job from Caleb Hector, who's keeping the momentum going. As you can see, he's playing those advantages, but then quickly calling it back when the advantage is lost. Definitely makes for exciting rugby to watch.
It's an excellent pairing. Obviously, USA South wingers have a great run. Back to back, as there seem to be a substitute. And she comes into lock position. USA South defending the scrum, and big positive scrum by TNT. Aaliyah Davis looks for Sergeant from Charlotte Rugby Club, and she really made her presence felt with that contact. Kyla Simons gets it to the captain, Kentiba. She bumps off one, eventually to the floor. Big strong runner is Kentiba from the defense force. The ball shoots back out wide, and Afia Glasgow just took her eyes off that one. Knock on to USA. And TNT really need to keep the phases going, keep the possession happening to really make something happen today.
As we're coming down in this first half of the match, it is definitely a gritty time of the game. The players have to dig deep. Of course, they have had their water break, but it is still 40 minutes of high contact rugby, as you have been seeing scrum after scrum, and both of these teams contesting so fiercely their excellent match.
Scrum time again. Durkin to put the ball in. Guy Durkin. And big scrum by TNT. Seems to be all over happening here. TNT just disrupting the USA put-in. And looking at our list here, Guy Durkin, the scrum half, really looks up to some of our teammates, especially T. Fletcher, the captain, really inspirational in her rugby playing career. And it's great to see that teammates are also not just teammates but mentors as well.
Definitely, and USA South is a team that really backs themselves. They make sure that they stick together and continue to create opportunities for women in rugby.
Wraparound play by the USA South, then go to plan at the end. And Kintiba just comes in and steals the ball, looking for Afia Glasgow into the hands of Zoe for TNT, using her strength to stay into touch, but was too many USA defenders to get her into touch. TNT trying to get around the outside, and the 16th defender for USA, the touchline, got in away. USA South making more changes as in comes Stephanie Robson from Birmingham Steel, Alabama. Plays for the Birmingham Steel, from Alabama, and she's going to come in to this one as Jupiter gets us back underway with the line or through. In terms of KC, and she's looking for the runners. Wrap around the back of Calzado, and big hit by Kintiba. TNT on the contract, trying to get it into the hand of Sherelle Sargent with the ball. This time the ball seems to go forward in the contact. TNT has the advantage, trying to look for the space out back on the insides. TNT seemingly going sideways at this moment. Kintiba is trying to shift the ball out wide to the hands of the runners. Finally, into hand of Chazelle Fleming. She almost gets herself around the defender, smartly keeps the ball in play. USA South defending desperately on the ends as we come very close to the halftime. TNT trying to get themselves on the board as Jade Ramjag skips one tackle. Still on her feet, pumping her legs. Eventually she's taken down. TNT trying to get themselves closer and closer. Electra Dennis bumping way through. Desperate tackle by Williams. She's eventually taken to floor. Back in has a Kintiba, and she's trying to find a room out wide if they can. T. Fletcher snatching, wrestling the defender to the floor. Fletcher and Sargent does well to get the ball back. TNT looking for the room, but USA South is not giving them any. Kintiba is as stingy as a defender as you like, making sure she's difficult to tackle. TNT seemingly going a bit backwards as the pick and go by TNT is driven back by the excellent USA South defense. TNT trying to get it home if they can. The ball in the hands of Marika Mendes. She pops it up from the tackle. Keisha Vincent looking for the space. Get it back into the hands of the TNT winger, and she's pushing, driving her way up, trying to secure the ball. There's no one there. TNT loses possession. Stolen well by Stacia Thompson. And there's no one home. And a big kick chase. Can TNT gather this one? The ball is bundled. TNT refused to get the ball, and USA South kicks are working well. As Stacia picks and goes blind, there's no one at home. TNT make an excellent cover tackle by the captain. She just cleaned up the mess like a janitor. Leah Kintiba just picking up the mess for TNT. No one at home. TNT slouching on the kicks, and Captain Kintiba does it again.
Excellent example of good leadership. That's why she's the captain of the team. She just came in there out of nowhere, and that was a try-saving tackle.
That was a runaway truck tackle by Kintiba. Everything and everyone was hit in that encounter. Just getting a bit of attention there after that one. TNT have a line out deep in their half of the pitch.
Looks like we're in referee's time now. So Trinidad and Tobago will be looking to get that ball as far away from their try line as they can.
TNT unable to deal with the kicks over the top. USA South is realizing that. As we see another change is happening. In comes Ireland Duncan. She was a menace wearing number 13 shirt in the last one. She's now in number 22 today. Not much left in this one. TNT first needs to secure this line out. Nice high throw. TNT gathered well into hands of Special Ryan, and TNT are going to try to run their way out of the red zone. Met brilliantly by USA South, and TNT gonna have to run 100 meters if they're to score one here. As Kentiba gets in the hands of Carlina Phillip, and she is manhandled by the USA South defense. Kenisha Vincent tried to get this kick going, packed up by Sargent. She spins and goes like American football. Eventually, she's taken down. Guy Durkin is there marshalling her troops. TNT trying to pinch this ball. And they do seem to turn it over eventually. USA South trying to counter-ruck. TNT safely has it. And the Tennille Duncan just walking away out of the try area. TNT doing tyrant work. As TNT again try to kick out their hand, and it's not a great one. TNT not getting the strength that they need on the kick. And eventually has a Darcy looking for the run of Calzado. She's taken down in the contact. The referee is playing advantage. No advantage gain, and it's offside signal by referee Caleb Hector. And TNT can see hands on hips, a bit tired after doing all that defensive work.
Yeah, you can see TNT just getting back on the line there. They're defending. USA South absolutely looking to put 5 more points or 7 before the half.
And it's Rubble on the charge. She's pushing her way closer to the try line. TNT, resolute defense. TNT need to pack closer to this breakdown. Durkin is looking. He's trying to score the scrum half try. She pushes her way just short of. And now TNT get the advantage. The USA South player running into their own players, causing obstruction. And the referee sees it a bit late. TNT has a lot of work to do. Wayward kick. Catch by Stacia Thompson. She hands it to Ring. And Ring is running, trying to get it to Casey. Casey gets a hand to Darcy. The overlap out wide. Can they use it? Great tackle by TNT. Kyla Simon coming across, streaking. TNT trying to counter-ruck a bit illegally, but Casey pushes her way through, driving her legs. TNT can't seem to stop her. She's inching her way closer to the line. USA not far out. It seemed to have knocked on the contact from our side. The referee didn't seem to catch it. And it's Durkin lurking on the outside into hands of T. Fletcher. Fletcher trying to get her way over the line. Sargent out wide for USA South. TNT gets the penalty again. And there's too many penalties in the red zone now.
What an incredible game this is. There's Aquila O'Brien. She's hoping for the whistle for halftime. She kicks it into touch, and that is indeed the halftime. What a first half. Trinidad and Tobago, USA South. USA South leading 10 points to 7 in this first half of the second game of this USA South Trinidad and Tobago tour.
TNT going to have to go into the halftime. Referee Coach Sir Richard Stagan is going to tell his troops what he thinks about that first half, and he may not be too pleased. Here at the Queen's Park Savannah, the score is 10 points to 7 in favor of USA South over TNT, and we'll be back with more commentary for second half action. And we're back here for second half action here at the Queen's Park Savannah, Trinidad and Tobago versus USA South. TNT trailing 10 points to 7 thanks to two spectacular tries from Cassidy Ring and Stacey Thompson in the first half. TNT answered back with a try from Captain Kintiba herself. Leah Kintiba scoring one back for TNT before the half. Conversion scored by Ttru O'Brien. The score remains 10-7 coming into the half. Garo alongside Maria Thomas. What can we expect come second half?
Well, absolutely. The second half of this 80-minute 15s match, we've seen the athletes out here from both sides really pacing themselves in this game. It has been high intensity, loads of energy output, but they're definitely keeping calm, they're keeping collected, and I think we're going to see that continue in the second half. Of course, they are going to be looking for those opportunities to find some spaces and let their runners do what they do and put some more points on the board.
TNT on the left side of the screen, kicking to the right. Ttru O'Brien to put us back underway. TNT unable to deal with the high kicks as the ball goes straight into the hand of the USA forward, and she makes her way across to the side with spectators. TNT doesn't seem to catch low on the tackle, just around the neck, taken by referee Killer Hector.
The sun is out now, so of course might cause a little bit of squinting for the TNT side, which is running towards the west. We did have a beautiful sunset on Friday. It looks like we're set for the same thing today as these teams face off. USA South is, of course, going to want to come away with the win and even up the score. Trinidad and Tobago victorious on Friday with a score of 17-15.
She's going to take over the duties as well as a throw-in as she gets us back underway. And on the pitch as well, number 1, Connie Woods from the Columbia Women's Rugby Club. I see nice high line out. The referee wasn't ready, so it was an excellent practice run. They're going to have to do it again.
Absolutely. The ball's going there. There's a kite high in the sky. Absolutely scenic here in the Queen's Park Savannah. You can still see the buildings from Carnival. Beautiful line out from USA South, and they're getting it out down the line.
Just too low for Darcy. Darcy Ayers was having an excellent game, and that one will hope to keep the head up after that one. Darcy Ayers is so excited to meet her significant other while playing the sport, and rugby doesn't connect players, but it also connects relationships for you.
It sure does. Rugby is definitely an international sport, and it was wonderful to see that the USA South team could find its way to Maracas Beach yesterday and lime with the Trinidad and Tobago team.
TNT on the go, shoot the ball high, looking for space out wide. TNT flew through the touchline and just unaware of what's going on, but TNT had the advantage. They weren't back 10, signals referee Caleb Hector. Resolute defense yet again by USA South. TNT takes it quickly, but not purposefully.
Good hands by Zoe McKnight, that number 4.
The ball just wayward pass by number 18, now came on Blossom Stewart, just went behind Electra Dennis, and you really want to put the ball in front of the bigger players to get them an easier opportunity to crash that ball and do their magic.
Electra had taken off with some pace. I think that saved USA South some grief because she was definitely going with some momentum into that contact.
Defending this from just inside their half. Look out for number 22, Ireland Duncan, for USA South, very popular. Advantage being played, TNT scrum off, just a bit excited as Goggles is on the pitch, number 15, and she's flying down the wing. Is Goggles, slender figure but very rapid, home run speed, you're saying the USA. They get it back to Casey. Casey's looking for the run of Calzado, and she takes 3 defenders from TNT out. TNT slowing the play down. Back to Goggles if they can, and the chip over for Goggles. She is on the run. Can she scoop it up? TNT eventually takes it down, Excellent work by Durkin looking for the space. TNT gets to the hand of Dennis. Dennis is running through, trying to pull her way through as Tiara Sherrill gets her down. TNT trying to get out wide. It goes in the hands of Jean Ramshot. She gets it into Giselle Fleming's hand and she runs back into contact. TNT doing the hard miles to get outside of this 22-meter area. Slow play and TNT knock it on, advances to USA South. Wrapped around is Cassidy Ring and she's trying to get the ball out wide. Coltado gets it into the hands of Callie Wood. Callie has one more if she can. Into the hands of Stacey Thompson. She fumbles but regathers quickly. TNT pressing up hard, looking for the turnover. Referee Keela Hector having to skip away from that contact. Ring planes come off. Sorry, fly half, sorry, just tossing the ball forward into the hands of TNT. TNT really got a break there.
Really great defensive work. TNT stayed on the entire time. One of the things about rugby is the turnovers happen and you have to switch from offense to defense, from defense to offense very quickly. And so the players all have to be paying close attention to make sure that if there is a switch from offense to defense, that they are ready. And in this case, they absolutely were.
Scrum time, referee Caleb Hector not happy with the setting, trying to ensure safety is a top priority. TNT trailing by 3 points, loads of time left in this one. Big scrum by USA South, brilliant TNT into hands of O'Brien. Wayward kick again into acres of space, trying to guard it by Goggles. Eventually Kintiba is with her, taking her to the floor. TNT trying to counter up and the wraparound by USA South. Casey gets it in the hand, looking for Cassidy. Cassidy knocks it on in the pickup, unfortunate, and we see the combination of Cassidy and Thompson doing miracles and wonders for USA South. Lots of knock-ons in this one. It's really going to come down to who makes the less mistakes in this encounter. Both teams running fluent, attacking wide rugby, but just doesn't seem to get that extra nail to stamp over the puck.
That's often the case, and those knock-ons are definitely a testimony to the pressure that both of these teams are putting on. You know, Trinidad and Tobago has been making sure to come up in defense, and that is putting pressure on USA South. I'm loving seeing the power in these packs. Both of these scrums are so strong. Both sides in the scrum, so strong.
Question before the scrum. USA South, the referee's going to pull it back up. Normally it'll be a free kick in other scenarios. The referee's going to have a talking. He's going to use his words, then use the whistle. Making sure the forwards are all secured and safe.
It's definitely useful when referees do take the time, especially if there is a call that keeps being made over and over. It does bode well for the rest of the game and the flow of the game if all of the athletes are up to date on what the referee expects from the play.
Doesn't seem to agree with what the referee is saying. McCullough from the Raleigh Venom Club. Just switch around to personnel, just moving around with Williams. Big scrum by TNT. TNT struggling to get the ball out the scrum. USA South a bit more aggressive at scrum time as bodies are piling on. The ball eventually comes out into hands of Clear Nutt and she's very hard to take down. TNT trying to get themselves going. TNT wrapping around the contact. TNT quick rough looking for the support into hands of Kintiba. Kintiba takes it forward. Kintiba makes a half it looking for support just behind the hands of the speed merchant Monroe. The ball hits the floor, and it's a knock-on team by Caleb, and USA South got a break.
Oh, but good pressure there. That's the space that Trinidad and Tobago has been looking to capitalize on. Great defensive work from USA South. They shut it down just before TNT gets over that half-line mark.
Rollins pitch. They came out in their masses this Sunday, then in their Sunday we're looking at excellent champagne rugby, we would say. With the foot in just inside TNT's half the pitch. Durkin has been everywhere today. She's like salt in the sea at this moment. She's really been marshalling the troops, bringing the forward and tactic and the backs together. And she's really a good marshal at number 9.
Yes, we're definitely hearing the support from the fans for both USA South and, of course, Trinidad and Tobago. But one of the things that I'm loving is we're hearing so much coming from the teams and so much communication happening on the pitch.
Big dummy run by Darcy, looking for the runner Thompson, and Thompson is smashed in the contact. Excellent run. USA South has the numbers out wide into hands of Goggles. Goggles looking for support. She doesn't need Goggles. Slip one tackle. Can she go all the way? Goggles steps and goes. TNT cover tackle is done excellently. Great support by Ring. Cassidy Ring moves out. Excellent move by Cassidy Ring. They're going to try to dive at the short end. USA South. TNT on the pages, and it's Ireland Duncan Chandler wriggle away over the try line. USA South looking for that exclamation mark. Shoots it out wide. Tequila Sutton, strong, stocky Sutton, looking for the play out wide. G. Durkin is looking for the pass, but she may not need it. It's forward rumbling time, and USA South are going to try to rumble their way through to TNT's try line. TNT set. Durkin is digging, looking for the ball, looking to find Casey if she can. Casey gets it, looking for Goggles out wide, in front of Goggles, and one more pass if she can. Ireland Duncan is trying to stretch for the try line, but Goggles is pushed back over. TNT just manhandled her. Still not out of danger yet. Big running by Sherelle. TNT slow on the move if they can. TNT trying to move them off the mark. TNT eventually picks it up. TNT turn the ball over right on the try line. Can they run the 100 meters? No one set waiting for it. Strong counter up by USA South. Into the and it's Ttru Monroe on the chase. Cassidy Ring is taken down by Ttru Monroe, but the referee calls knock on. I see it seems to be knock on signal by the referee. Wait to see what the call is. The advantage USA South, a bit of confusion, a bit of despair by the TNT coach.
We're hearing the crowd going wild. The athletes just figuring out what their next move is. USA South getting in position. They're going to want to have a strong scrum here, so close to the Trinidad and Tobago try line.
Bit confused with that one, Maria. TNT kicked the ball out of the danger zone. The referee called it back for a scrum and put them back into danger. You're going to see what's going to happen next. The rules are very tricky to interpret. We at the commentary group can only glimpse at it. This time the kick goes cross field again. It's Stacia Thompson and Goggles trying to get it. Goggles wraps it up. Steps one, tries to step the other. Eventually taken to the floor. TNT not out of the woods yet. Looking for Calzado. She bumps off one. Eventually taken to the floor. USA South numbers to burn on the left if they can use them. Gets it to KC. KC shoots it wide. It's knocked on by April Williams. TNT has to get out of this red zone. In terms of Clear Nut, she's met solidly in defense. Falls backwardly, but TNT still maintains possession. And has an Angel. Angel kicks it straight to the hands of the attacking winger, and she on the wraparound with Duncan. Duncan is taken down by Ramjag in the corner. Ball is still recycled well by USA South. TNT trying to relieve the pressure. The kicks aren't good enough yet, and Casey tries to find the runners out wide. take the player down just in the middle of the pitch. Is Sherelle waiting for the big number 8. Durkin switches the side to Darcy. Darcy pops the crash ball. USA South has Goggles on the wraparound. Goggles is taken by the ankles. TNT defending. Very, very difficult. The ball comes to Ring. She pops it to Sherelle. The ball goes to floor. TNT gathers it in the hands of Ramjag. Looking for the room. Goes too far back, but TNT just tosses the ball out. And there's Zoe McKnight trying to run out of her try area.
Ooh.
One tackle slipped out. She is very, very hard to take down. Kintiba eventually comes to access from off. TNT trying to get this one going off the floor by Ramjag. She's still on her feet. TNT struggling to get out of this area. Into hands of Special Ryan. Ryan looking for the pass. She flicks it off the back door. TNT trying to get their way out. And it's Electra Dennis picking and going, bringing off one, trying to free her hands to pop it. It's knocked on into the D. Gilkin, and she's going to try to take it for the corner. The ball seems to hit the floor, not seem to know what happened. TNT still seems to have it. They are not trying to get her way through. Bundled by USA South is stolen in the contact and into hands of April Williams. She's pushing her way through. It's Goggles access from off into hands of Kylie Wood, and Kylie Wood is pushing her way through. TNT defending very desperate. Candy playing the possession over into hands of Ring. Ring shoots it out wide. The big boy bustling through. USA South gets to the gap and over for the try. Stephanie Robson from Birmingham Steel gets herself on the scorecard, and USA push themselves further in front, 15 points to 7. Stephanie Robson looked up, saw the space, saw there was no one in front of her, and she took her chances, gambled right, and she won the lottery.
We saw a bit of the confusion that new fans talk about when they watch rugby. But you saw how USA South, they found their way out of it. They realigned and they ran those phases, and it rewarded them with the try.
USA South 15 points to 7 with the kick to come. Darcy Ayers from Knoxville Minx had the opportunity to dig them further in front of this kick. Fairly easy kick just to the left of the post. This should be a walk in the park for a player of this caliber. And one hop, bounce, and a skip. The crossbar to the rescue. USA South had 2 extra points to the tally, pushing down 17 points to 7 over TNT. TNT needs 2 scores to get themselves in this one. Uphill task, where you think?
TNT definitely has what it takes to still come away with the win on this game. It's just an example of coming together, reworking what the plan is, communicating on the pitch, and then executing. We saw USA South do that coming out of that little rumble, and they were successful. And Trinidad and Tobago can definitely do the same as long as they make sure to stick together, play as a team, restrict the mistakes, and capitalize on the opportunities.
They spark themselves. Can Captain Kintiba come to the rescue once again? After O'Brien gets us back and do the kickoff, TNT just needs to keep the ball in hand. This ball goes to the 8 of the space. Machado catches it clean, looking for the contact. Pulled down by the shirt. TNT eventually gets at the floor, space to the left. Casey looks into space, there's no one there. Katarman Rowe trying to close her down. No one gathers it. USA gets it back, and Cassidy Ring is pushed into touch, signaled by the AR. Unfortunate there by USA South. They thought they had it. Casey thought it was there, but the rest of the AR saw something different.
That was Captain Leah Kintiba just escorting her into touch. She says, access denied. And it will now be a line out for Trinidad and Tobago.
TNT with an unfamiliar three-person lineout, typical to a seventh format. Not a lot of protection for the overthrow, but tactic. Nevertheless, TNT gets this one going in terms of Kintiva. Special Ryan reaches back for it, and she got it. Great cross run by Special Ryan. She's taken down just in the middle of the pitch. USA South got their hands on this, but TNT keep the possession. Kintiva at the first receiver spot. TNT trying to get their way through the space, getting some yards as Goggles trying to pinch the ball at the breakdown. TNT are there and waiting to go. Picked up by Cleanut. She chose a dummy, gets into contact. 3 to take her down. TNT looking for the space. Tackling at roll away signal by the referee. And TNT take the quick tap, making some extra yards. TNT trying to get themselves in this one. TNT player falling on the wrong side of the pitch. It seems to be snatched up by Calzado. The referee calls penalty. We wait to see it offside signal by the referee. TNT get the reprieve. TNT and need to score quickly.
See Blossom Stewart starting out with the ball. They'll probably look for Katara Monroe, who's got loads of pace and plenty of strength.
Electra Dennis goes into the contact, met thoroughly by Sherelle, and picked her pocket well. Is Sherelle. TNT looking for the space out wide, knocked on in the contact, and Casey unable to gather the turnover. TNT get back the ball, but guess what, Maria? Another scrum.
Another scrum. We've been seeing a lot of success with those forward pack plays and those sequences. So it seems that Trinidad and Tobago was looking to continue with that pattern. They are now being called for their water break. That signifies that there is only 1 quarter left in this match. Trinidad and Tobago will need to score 2 tries and a conversion to come away with the win on this one.
this encounter. USA South with the TNT. 17 points to 7. An uphill task for TNT to come and win this one to the glee of the local spectators if they can. USA South putting on an extra show. Try scores for USA South. Stacia Thompson, Cassidy Reed, among others, scoring all the tries with Stephanie Robson just had the last one before the break, and she had fired her way through. Conversion excellently done by Darcy Ayers. TNT really need to pick themselves up. They have to put into the scrum. Maria, what do you think referee Starr will be barking at his charges off that break?
Well, he's definitely going to want TNT to work some phases. I think he is going to ask them to be patient, take their time, make sure that all of the phases are run without error, and of course then to put on that pressure and seal the deal with some of the runners.
TNT on the run. This time it's Leah Kentiba. She just busts her way through a number of tackles. Kentiba still goes down at her own leisure. TNT needs to do that from the start in the hands of Electra Dennis, and she tries to bump through a couple, eventually going to the floor, fell on the wrong side of the ball there. TNT taking the time to get this one going. Special Ryan using the direct route. We call it the bus route here in TNT. She's going straight and hard. The ball bubbled on the floor, just popped short, and to the dismay of Kenisha Vincent, the ball is knocked on after the excellent run of play.
USA South has definitely come out putting on that pressure, but we see Trinidad and Tobago fired up after whatever it is that coaches Staglon and Reed had to say in that water break.
As we're here, we'd like to thank 360 TV for this excellent stream and streaming services. This game can't be brought to you without the help of them. As we can thank them. Now I'm probably at the end of this broadcast, but we're here, live rugby, here in TNT. First live rugby match takes in Trinidad for the year 2024, and much more to come here on this channel, 360 TV.
And what an opener for streaming this live rugby. The women's 15s, Trinidad and Tobago versus USA South.
Looking for the runner, shows the dummy, Karina Phillip, pulled onto by the tail, goggles, shoots out wide. TNT coming, big contact, trying to pitch the ball. TNT trying to counter up. It's unsuccessful. TNT shoots it wide to T. Fletcher. She's back on the pitch. Fumble in possession. Went backward. Says the referee. TNT desperate defense. USA South wrapping around them. And Stacia Thompson screaming for the ball. Looking for the big run of Peter Sutton. And she offloaded again. USA South great angles running. TNT defense is being put up to the task. Excellent counter up by TNT, turn it over, and TNT has possession of the ball and is driving forward, looking for more possession. Karina Phillip at scrum half, looking for the tall blonde here of Onella George, and she bumps into tackle, skips off one, pushing her way forward. Onella George shooting the ball out wide. It's Johnson with an excellent catch. Ball gets into Vince's hands, and Jade Ramjog shows a dummy. Tries to flick the ball, but pops it straight into the hands of the USA South defender. Seemed to be in front of the play. TNT coach is screaming offside in the sideline. TNT counter up nicely. Can they get this possession?
The pressure is definitely on for both of these teams in this match. These teams met each other last year in July as TNT gets closer to the try line.
Back in this one, Special Run gets it to Oliver. Oliver brushes one tackle. Sargent on her waist, trying to get her down, pulling her to the floor. Eventually, it's Karina Phillip at scrum half, looking for the space on the short. It's Kyla Simon, all to do on her own, and she's met suddenly by USA South, trying to get herself on her way to the floor. TNT looking for that elusive try. The ball comes in the hands of Onella George, and she's back on the stump. She looks for the offload. Electra Dennis is on the rampage. Dennis looking for the run, trying to free her hands. Gets it out to Katara Monroe, and Monroe is snatched high in the contact. That's dangerous. Penalty try, it should be. It should be a penalty try. It's so close to the contact. Referee Caleb Hector doesn't seem to agree. It should be a penalty try. 5 meters from the line. Referee Caleb Hector just calls a regular penalty. And according to the law books, if the tackle is dangerous and impedes the try scoring opportunity. But we are up in the contact here. Electra goes into big bunch of contact. TNT tried to recycle the ball. It's Special Ryan. She's doing special delivery and she's going her way forward, trying to get her way closer to the try line, pushing, pumping her legs. Another George trying to do it on her own. Kia Sutton is trying to get her back on her. TNT trying to dig deep into hands of Dennis. She's met by 2, maybe 3 USA South players, and she's going backwards in reverse. TNT has loads of space to the left if they can. Paulina Phillips looking to finish come off. The ball doesn't go to hand. TNT eventually gets to pull up Brian's hand. She shows and goes, skips out of one tackle. TNT looking for this try to get themselves in it. The ball goes to floor. Into hands of Kintiba. It's knocked on in the catch. USA South gets the possession and they're looking to attack wide if they can into the hands of Ireland Duncan, and she's trying to bump away the tackle, but excellent cover by Kyla Simon from Royals RFC. As Casey on the run tries to step one, Casey eventually is taken down. TNT trying to counter and pinch the ball. The ball is eventually stolen. TNT trying to get themselves back in the scorecard. USA defense right now at 6s and 7s, but TNT slows it down. Kintiba on the charge. Big bump by Kintiba. Sends reverse meal back to the sender here. TNT trying to get themselves in it. It's Oliver. She gets to the Angel. Into hands of Dennis. Dennis bumps her way into 2. And TNT are sending strong signals here looking for the pass. And the ball TNT not on yet again. TNT seems to be a bit tired. The legs are not moving closer to the ball as they should.
Well, Kelson, as I was trying to say, when the teams demonstrated my point, these teams were 1 and 2 in the Rugby Americas North 15s tournament last year in July in Jamaica. So USA South came away with the win, the championship of that tournament, with Trinidad and Tobago coming in at second place. And it was a similar situation where it was such close competition. And so, of course, USA South, they didn't come this far to want to go home without at least one win under their belts. And Trinidad and Tobago, of course, wants to prove that they can contest for that number 1 regional spot.
Izzy Alexander from Wake Forest, North Carolina, gets to put in the scrum weave. TNT gets the possession. TNT scrambling for the tap-in. They need to tap it, take it quickly. TNT taps and goes into hands of Jade Ramjak, looking for Kulu O'Brien. She's looking for the pass, looking for the speed if she can. Qatar Monroe dances into 1. Cassidy Ring tries to get her down. Eventually does. TNT looking for that space. Nella George trying to get herself into space. Jade Ramjak steps 1 into space as Ramjak. Fence 1, fence 2. Ramjak on the rampage, and she's going her way all the way to try and if she can. Eventually stopped. The Harvard rugby player is trying to get herself up there. Carlina Phillips sees the space, seemed to be high, tackled by Williams. The referee's paying advantage. Picked up by Dennis. Can she create the electricity? Electra Dennis. Can she do it? Special Ryan scrum off, gets the ball into space. Kintiba just brushes off one, looking for the winger. Kyla Simon looking for the space out wide. No advantage being gained. TNT is going to have the penalty advantage.
I don't know if the mics are picking up, but the atmosphere here is absolutely electric. The volume in the Queen's Park Savannah here at Royal Leon's pitch has definitely elevated.
TNT seems TNT Upton for the post, trying to chip away at the score. Waiting on the tee, the time is going. TNT, the coaches say one thing, the players say another, but TNT trying to get the extra 3 points, just a chip away at the score. Have about 10 minutes left in it. As a former player, Maria, what do you think about that tactic?
Well, as we've seen before, the points are important. So this will give them 3 points if they're successful with this kick, leaving only 2 more tries to score to come out ahead.
TNT just going to chip away at this 10-point advantage that USA South has. Excellent kick by Angel Jocelyn. Angel gets herself underway, and imagine what will happen if Onika George, when her neighbor didn't invite her to come play rugby for Polish rugby section. You won't see the talent of Angel Jocelyn as we see out here today.
Absolutely. It's such a great mix of club teams that we see here on the pitch. Last year, for the 15 seasons, the club really came together, all of the clubs, and made sure that women were playing the 15s format of the game. And that is showing in the camaraderie and the synergy that we have in this Trinidad and Tobago team this weekend. So the score now, 17 points for USA South, 10 points for Trinidad and Tobago. So 1 try and a conversion will bring this game to a draw. Trinidad and Tobago still needing to put 2 tries to take the win.
Deep kick by USA South. Nobody from TNT wants to take it. USA South gather on the advantage. Big scrum. USA South trying to answer back immediately like they did before. Keita Sutton shoots it to T. Fletcher. She's met strongly, captain to captain, knocked on in the contact, and Kentiba forced the error. Fletcher just holding her chest in dismay, as feeling as though she let down her team on that opportunity.
The pressure is definitely high, especially as you get to the end of the game. Of course, the players are all feeling the weight of their responsibility in this team sport.
Scrum time. TNT referee Caleb Hector super particular about positioning for this scrum. TNT lines a bit flatter than we would like. Split field down the center. They can go either way. There's speed and power on either side in Kyla Simons and Kentiba. Big push by USA South. TNT struggling to get it out. Has this been turned over? Can't hear the whistle from the referee. Players have seemed to stop as bodies are on the floor. TNT time is really losing. Time is not on the side, sorry, TNT. Just under 10 minutes left. 7 points to make. TNT scrum deep inside their half of the pitch. And if anyone can make it happen, he looks at Captain Kentiba.
If this was a sevens match, there would still be 1 half left. I don't know if that mentality will help the TNT team push through for the win.
Scrum time again. The ball this time flies out the scrum through the legs of O'Brien. O'Brien desperately tries to get it back. It's a tussle on the floor. TNT eventually keeps it.
We're seeing quick pressure from USA South. That sea bath definitely did them good. They don't seem to be struggling with the climate at all.
Multiple errors by TNT. Knocked on signal by referee Hector. And USA South will have a scrum deep into their half. And we can see earlier that USA South scrums are getting better and better as time progresses. TNT player just needs a bit of attention. The spot will be stopped for a bit as the player gets a bit magic spray, we call it. Scrummage is very hard work, and multiple scrums and consistent plays really taxes the body.
It sure does, Kelson. As you said, the clock is stopped, but we can't stop the sun, so hopefully the play gets back underway. Support for the player coming off of the field.
Substitution as Robert goes back on for USA South. April Williams, she gets a rest. She had a big shift out there. TNT also makes a change. Ramjag, she has a rest. In comes Claire Nutt from Paris RSC. Claire Nutt, medics, France World Rugby certified, and fell in love with rugby by being the side as now turns medic player.
Absolutely. It's so exciting to see the multiple and diverse opportunities that you can get just from being around rugby.
Alexander digging to get that ball in. TNT player a bit anxious to get out of it. TNT trying to get it. The USA player kicked it back. And there's a ball into the hands of Cassidy Ring. She made lots of yards for TNT. Needs a lot of effort to take her down. USA South pushed to the far left-hand side of the pitch. Big pass to Calzado. Calzado doing great work in the middle. TNT needs to drift and support defense. And Darcy Ayers pops it to Rubble. Rubble comes on. It's taken down quickly by TNT. Great work as Izzy Alexander pushes it to Ireland Duncan. The big strong runner, but big hit by Leah Kintiba. And it's a forward pass signaled by the referee Hector. Off that contact, he is closer than us. So we have to take his word for it. TNT have more rabbit foot in their pocket than I can count.
See the teams getting into position. Another substitution made for Trinidad and Tobago.
Vanilla George, she gets a break. In comes Denise Duncan from the Harvard Rugby Club. Big shift is required. Both teams drained. Energy zapping stuff. Scrum back. Again, TNT trying to get themselves in. Loads of spectators here cheering up the local girls on. Can they pull the upset? Can they pull the victory? 5 or 6 minutes, give or take, we have Maria. TNT needs to get home 2 scores to take this one.
And as they're off, we'll take a moment to acknowledge that Tobago is represented both on the field and as players and an AR.
She's looking right. Wakata Monroe. She steps in one. Seems high by the referee. And a signal high tackle. And quick tap by Keisha Vincent. She's on the break. Goggles tries to turn the ball over. The player is offside. Number 7, the sergeant, is offside in the pull. TNT gets the time to stop and reset. Alexander Mendez, Marika Mendez taking the ball in. Met solidly by USA South trying to get to the floor. TNT trying to make something happen. In the hands of Kintiba and a special Ryan looking for the offload. TNT trying to make something happen just about 2 meters or so in USA's half of the pitch. Trying to make some magic happen. O'Brien gets it, shifts it right to Angel Justin. Angel on the prowl, looking for the winger, and TNT is flying down the sideline and bundled into touch. TNT playing too close to the touchline, and USA South was saying thank you for possession.
You can see the excitement on the USA sidelines. They're very happy about that situation. Trinidad and Tobago needing to defend this line out.
Line out time for TNT. Nice high throw. Excellent set piece by USA South. Just hitting the floor. USA on the counter. Nice throw and run. Trying to get this smash in the contact.
As you mentioned, Kelson, players from the Trinidad and Tobago team fill a number of roles here in Trinidad and Tobago, including medics, referees, and also coaches. So it's great to see the national team athletes giving back and building rugby throughout the country.
Coming back onto the pitch. As Sonic comes on the second row. Positions. Doesn't seem to be running so well. Bit of ginger. Leaves squatting her, but you see USA South again a change. Since Gabby Calzado, she had a shift out there, played her heart and soul, and she's gonna get a much needed rest. USA South just trying to stabilize the scrum and get it back going. TNT loses it on the head, turned over by USA South. Easy gets it to the number 10, and Ireland Duncan with a wraparound play. USA South trying to hammer it home. And it's Stasia Thompson snatched down by Kintiba. Kintiba's wearing a cape out there, and TNT are trying to push them into touch. USA South whipping over wide. It's a Sonic. She comes on, dips her head, and she goes into contact. USA South gets in hand of Stasia Thompson. It's Kia Sutton. Shoots the ball out wide, and USA South looking for the room out wide if they can. Offside called by the referee. TNT trying to get themselves in this one. Back 10. Electra Dennis is at the spot. She's ready to get her hands on the ball. TNT just need to score up the middle and make this happen. Into the Mendes. Does she have the support? Mendes runs to the contact. Sutton takes her down, looking for the support. Duncan access come up, gets it out to O'Brien. She checks, sends it out wide. Vincent knocks it on in the catch. TNT making loads of mistakes. Just a bit of communication and letting them down.
And we can hear from USA South. They definitely want to put the pressure on. They want to score another try and seal the deal. Trinidad and Tobago as the time is ticking.
USA started in the second half, winning the scrum against the head. Something unconventional, or not unconventional, but not really the norm in modern day 15s rugby. As we hear the crowd in the background chanting TTO to spur the ladies on. They try to turn this ball over. It's Easy Alexander to get this back in. Pressure scrum for the young scrum half from the University of Tennessee. Looking at our time here at the studio, we're basically into referee's time. So anytime now, this whistle could blow. TNT has a lot of work to do. Good scrum by USA South. TNT now trying to give a big push. And it's Alexander digging the ball out. USA South on the dummy run, looking for the space into hands of Goggles. And USA South wide wrapping contact. Big smash in the hit. TNT tried to turn it over. Doesn't seem to have gone forward, says the referee. USA South back on the ball. It's Sonic chopped in half by TNT. TNT turn the penalty over. Can they take the quick tap? They take it quick as Kentiba. She takes it quickly and on the go. Kentiba on the run. Can she be stopped? Kentiba takes on the outside to the glee of the crowd. Can she get there? It's try TNT.
Absolutely. That fire just coming out from the team. Captain Leah Kentiba. With an unknown number of minutes left in the match, she puts 5 more points on the board. If this try is converted, it will bring the score to a draw. USA South versus Trinidad and Tobago. We've got a flip-flop of the score right now, a flip-flop of Friday evening.
This is the exact situation that happened on Friday. Last catch try by USA South on Friday. Now it's for TNT. And a very difficult position for Angel Jocelyn. But she has the wind on her back. And can you cross your fingers, cross your toes in the stands and at home. Difficult kick, not unattainable. And the crowd is behind her to get this one home as USA South hold their breath. The kick doesn't have the legs, and there you have it. The score is over, exactly the same as last on Friday. TNT falling 2 points short of USA South, USA Persian, 17 points to 15 over the locals.
Well, 2 formidable teams, and of course they have demonstrated how well matched they are by matching the scores, each team getting a win. Of course, always looking at the camaraderie and what we share in rugby in these international tours. It has been wonderful to have USA South come to Trinidad and Tobago for this 15s match women's rugby first live match brought to you by 360 TV for 2024.
As the sun sets on this day of rugby, I'm Kelson Figaro and Maria Thomas for Trinidad and Tobago Rugby, and everyone watching at home. Thank you for viewing, and we'll see you all next time.